Jason Carl. Jason Carl. Jason Carl.
Let's tell a vampire story.
Hi, family. We here at McStabber Studios take the emotional well-being of our viewers very seriously. And due to the personal horror nature of Vampire the Masquerade, some of the content of our streams could cause some strong emotional responses. If you feel like that has happened to you during any of our streams, take a moment, take a break, mute the stream, or just skip an episode. Or if you decide that you want to sit through it and watch it, we are available in chat to talk you through it if you need that. Ultimately, we want you to take care of yourself. Do what you feel like you need. Thank you for joining us on this dark journey, and we hope you enjoy this episode of DC by Night, Vengeance Waits.
Good evening, everyone. It's your boy Twitch again, bringing you the news from around the towns. Up in Vancouver, it seems the Primogen of the Ventrue's been having problems with customs again. It seems he can't get a package through, so now he's got to resort to unorthodox methods to get it. I guess if you need more info on that, you should watch Vancouver by Night. Down in D.C., it seems that Razor and Coterie were getting to be big chums now. He went from being his enemy to his friend. It's funny how alliances shift in D.C. like that. It seems Victoria Fitzhenry was seen at the Succubus Club again, and when she left, she was distracted. I wonder what was going on there. Tonight's sponsor is once again Aluka Blood Product Services. Aluka, untapping the potential of blood.
Free-range, ethically sourced, cruelty-free, certified humane, organic blood products. Delivered by our conscientious and discreet private fleet.
Secret.
We make sure our stock is local, sustainable, and diverse enough to suit even the most discriminating tastes. Aluka Blood Product Services. Tapping the potential of blood.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to McStabber Studios DC by Night. I am the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
And I'm Relyn Dare. I'm Shanky's wife, and I'm playing Lily Sanger, Primogen of Clan Toreador.
I'm Lance. I play Steve Perry, Primogen of the Clanless and Unbound in DC.
I'm Katie. I play Locke, Clan Gangrel, and I am the Hound of DC and the owner of Purgatory.
I'm Jim. I play Quartermain Nosferatu.
So, where we last left off, it was an interesting session for sure. Quartermain had wandered into the sewers and had come back, and then Steve had admitted some little bits of info about his talk, after meeting with Vicky. Of course, Lily has replayed the recordings of what Steve actually said to Vicky with the parts he omitted from the coterie. And what we're doing tonight is we're going to be doing a time skip of 2 months. Now, during this 2 months, of course, there's various events we're going to be talking about happening and role-playing a few of the scenes from it, because one in particular I know Steve wanted to drag everybody out of town away from where Sybil can hear what he says so he can have a talk with people. Now, whether he wants to only talk with Lily or feels he should come clean to his whole coterie is his decision. But that's one of the things. But the very first order of business we have to do is some projects, because there was a number of people with a project that are close enough now. Quartermain's had only 3 steps left, and in 2 months, he gets 6 attempts to finish his 3 steps. Because it was a 9-day cycle.
Wow.
Or I know you had 2 steps left. So can you get, using intelligence and your deduction, can you get 4 successes twice in six attempts.
I don't know. Let's see. I have to do it 6 times, huh?
Well, if you don't make it on the first 2, yeah.
2.
2 on your first attempt?
2 successes.
Okay, that was 1 attempt.
I need 3, right?
You need 4 successes.
Oh, 4. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
4.
So that makes you to increment 1.
Lots. Critical 4, 5, 6, 7.
And that would complete your project in that 2-month period of you now have basically the private eye network as a group of contacts. For mechanics purposes, you can not only buy the influence in the PIs in the city as a one group, you're getting them at a discount. It's 2 XP a dot for as many dots as you plan to put in it, and that'll last for quite a while before I get rid of your bonus to those. But it allows you to build that up. Now, Locke, you had 3 steps left.
Yep.
Or no, 4, didn't you?
I was at increment 4.
You're at 4, yep. Streetwise and intimidation for you.
Okay.
And you also need 4 successes.
4.
So that puts you at 3.
Okay. Hold on. I'm doing my accounting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Barely.
Okay. That makes you at 2 now.
I don't get this.
If you don't get this, you're going to unleash the Vikings on everybody.
Only 2.
Okay. So you're still at 2, and that was your 3rd attempt. You have had the worst luck rolling this, too. Statistically
well, I'm not putting
speaking.
any more. Like, I could get better odds if I put, like, a tiny bit. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That was your 4th roll, and you're now at 1.
Okay.
Got 2 tries. You should have gotten more successes earlier in it. You went a whole string of, even though you were rolling twice the amount of dice as the difficulty, you were not rolling successes. You had bad luck in the beginning.
Well, I actually did have less.
I thought.
I think I upped. I got an extra die at some point.
That's right. You upped your intimidation, I think it was.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There you go.
You got it. Yay, congrats.
And now Locke is influential with all the gangs of DC. That doesn't mean they'll do what she says. It doesn't mean she can command them, but they'll at least listen to her. And you have the same deal. You can buy the backgrounds and everything in it at a 1 XP discount per dot to save you points. And that lasts for, that's not like, you have to do it now. That lasts for a while so you can leverage that. And now Lily has hers left.
Mm-hmm.
Hers is difficulty 4. She's rolling persuasion plus her lore sheet, which is a descendant of Helena.
4, 5, 6.
That's 1.
Yep.
You're now at increment 2.
5.
Now you're at increment 1.
2, 3, 5.
There you go. And now Lily has completed hers, and hers was for the status of her primogen. Irrespective of her position, if she loses her primogen seat, all the various people in the city will still look at her as a primogen due to her status level. And that is actually quite handy because of the events revealed recently at a certain primogen council meeting, which also occurs over this time skip period. So we're going to go through some of what's been going on this time skip because people have things to do. Coterie has, at reading, of course, his book to help himself out from being bloodbound. He's been mapping the catacombs. You now have the catacombs under the church mapped, Coterie.
Okay.
It doesn't go down anywhere. There's no other ways to get into the death cult area. But the whole layout seems to be the only thing that's non-crypt-like is that area to the death cult.
Mm-hmm.
But it stretches all over DC.
Okay.
Northeast and southeast.
The part under the power station is a separate dig.
It looks like it's a newer dig. an extension that was put on later to the initial original catacombs.
Well, here's the question: does it look like it was dug out from the catacombs or dug from the power station?
It was dug out from the catacombs.
Okay.
It seems to you like the power station just turned out to be a convenient drop-in point.
Okay.
Of course, you've also spent time building up your network of your contacts. Is there anything else you were planning to do in that 2-month time frame that you feel is important? Now, one thing I'm going to allow is the players later in the story, if you want to say you did something that you reasonably might have done during this 2 month, you can say you did it even after the fact, because let's be honest, with 2 months, there's a lot of little things you do. You probably don't remember what you did during all of it. So I'm always generous with that. You can say, well, yeah, I contacted so-and-so in that time skip and we've got a meeting arranged and that kind of thing. But is there anything big you want to have addressed during this time skip? Lola did not get back to you with Razor about what she's discovered yet.
Okay.
Though I assume you and Razor have talked more than once in that 2 months' time.
I would assume so too.
Yep. I can come back to you.
I got a couple ideas. Let me mull.
Okay. Now for Steve, in this 2 month time period, Steve, you have of course pulled a ninja move and ninja moved your haven out of being close to Granger and slipped it over to, as I believe I see right here, the Potomac Yard is where you wanted it. And you've set up one, and you had to do it sneaky because you had to get stuff out of your old haven, but you couldn't do it in a way that looked like you were moving. So it was move a couple things to Lily's Club, move it out of Lily's Club to a new haven, move some things that you had at Lily's Club back to your old haven to make it look like you were just moving stuff around.
Right. And the old haven still has to look like it's, still lived in or,
Right. You just got to fool people. So that's what's been going on in this period. Now, also with this one, you wanted to have a little chat with everybody.
I did, yeah.
Is it everybody or just Lily?
Well, I think it affects everybody, but specifically Lily I wanted to talk to.
Okay. So we're going to we can come back to that scene in a second, because that's a scene that I think we're going to have to play out, because that's you spilling some pretty big secrets.
Mm-hmm.
I know for Lily has spent time teaching Raphael to be a kindred and really the politics side of it. He knew
with assistance from Natalie.
With assistance from Natalie, of course. You were also, you got a chance to visit Wayland, but that's going to be covered in Vignette because that's really not central to any of the stories. So we don't need to do that here. Looking over to make sure, I got a whole list of things. You did talk to Grigori, Angelique, and Ivan to warn them about Art's little outburst about wanting to destroy or run out all the people he doesn't agree with.
Also tried to convince Ivan to assist, and possibly the whole family of them to assist with Malik. And also let them know that might be an ample opportunity when fighting Black Spiral dancers
to put an end to a certain...
To make adjustments to some warded clothing so that they fail.
Now, did you bring up with Grigori about the missing Bahari?
I did privately.
Okay. He's not giving you any info. He's
okay. I tell
his word on that one.
I tell him I respect that.
Okay. Locke. I know during this period of time you were hunting down Thin Bloods to find out if you got a list of them. Important events from that over that 2 month period of time. You did find you could only link about 6 to Mallory. That's the initial thing. So Mallory didn't seem to have as many as he's claiming linked to him. In addition, you've also found about 15 others in the city. And given what you know about what was happening with the horror crew, you think you have most of them identified. At least the bigger pockets of them. If there's a 1 or 2 around, they're not talking to the others. So at this point, you've got a list. Now, no move has been made on the branding, which is very odd to you because at first that was a big move for Stanford, a big push. But there's not been a lot of news coming out of that, though there will be by the end of this session. Not the branding, out of Stanford.
Interesting. interesting. At one point, I actually wanted to go talk to the Pontifex.
You have the choice of we can make that a vignette, or I can just tell you the results of it. It is your choice.
It might want to be a vignette because I can't imagine you can hand wave the what she will want to like.
Okay, then we will do that. We'll vignette that, and then you can summarize it next time we play, or the next time. Yeah, the next time we record, you can summarize to everyone else if they want to know what happened with it. I know you want to talk about the axe and some other things. You've got some
others.
Yeah, because I think actually it makes sense for you to meet with the Pontifex after the Primogen Council meeting, because some of the revelations in the Primogen Council meeting disturbed the shit out of Locke, and you're probably going to want to talk to somebody who might know about these things, which would be the Pontifex. So, and
he's also going to be practicing drinking.
Okay. We will have that made a note. Also, you've spent some time with Tabitha. There will be a Forging Connections vignette. The same vignette where Lily goes to meet Wayland is also going to involve you and Tabitha having a Locke and Tabitha night.
Okay.
Where you're building up, your relation with Tabitha, because that's an important thing, and you need to have you and Tabitha go out and do some stuff night.
Yeah.
So we can work that building of things there.
Howl at the moon.
Howl at the moon.
The doggy play date, let them run around the woods.
And there is still on the table a night of Locke and Vicky going out, because an offer was made.
So fucking tempted.
An offer was made to go hunting with Vicky one night. Or sorry, go out playing with Vicky one night.
Let's see how your humanity survives that.
That is your choice. That will be a vignette as well. If you choose to go out with her, yes, it's going to be tough on the humanity. But it may be fun to play.
It could be fun.
It could be fun.
But since it's not the main chronicle part, that really is a side story.
That is a side story.
Oh my God.
And then have her come back and brag about what all happened.
And then?
And then
His intestines were everywhere.
So, Coterie, got anything else you're ready to add to what you were doing in the past 2 months?
Nothing right now.
Okay. Well, like I said, you get to retroactively name things you've done in the 2 months to fill up 2 months worth of time. That's a lot of time that things could have happened. So I'm generous with those kind of skips all the time. Now, Steve, how do you go about approaching getting people to go for, I assume, a ride with you out of town?
Where are we going? Nashville?
Always go see Dorian in his castle.
No.
But, maybe that's not such a great idea.
I mean, there's always the standard. Let's just go for a drive and.
Yeah, dude, we can go. Be hood rats somewhere. It's fine.
Let's go see some parts of the city or something we haven't seen for a while.
Yeah, and then just keep driving.
Okay.
So Steve takes you, and all of you gather. You go to Coterie?
Sure.
Wits awareness.
Oh, yes, of course, there's always a wits awareness. But Steve tells Jeff to take you on a drive. Oddly enough,
Jeff or Scott?
Or Scott, sorry, Scott. To drive. Oddly enough, he instructs Scott to drive past College Park.
Going to Baltimore?
No.
Okay, what we got?
I got 4 on my wits awareness.
4 on the wits awareness? 4? Good. You can put that die in the penalty box. You don't want to roll it after it hit the floor.
3 for me.
3?
6 with a critical.
6 with a critical. That's a pretty good one. Nothing seen on the way out there, though. We'll get back to people on the way back, because, there may be something seen on the way back. Scott takes you all, drives past Oxon Hill, past College Park, out. Not to Dorian's, but definitely out towards the sticks of Maryland. And I'll let Steve pick up from here his part of this story.
Well, I called you all together today. And I'm not wearing Sybil's signet ring while I'm out, just in case.
Oh, good. Thank God. I thought you were going to say pants.
Not wearing Sybil's pants?
Now that the no one's watching from behind my eyes for a while and listening, I wanted to come clean with you guys about some things that's been going on. I know, Lily, you've been getting more and more suspicious and pushing me away a little bit because I haven't been completely truthful with you. And to be honest, I couldn't, not while I was being watched. I have drunk from Sybil. I have taken a taste.
Dude. Why?
I needed the advantages that it gave me.
Like, okay, what advantages?
Well, it gives me my true taste of La Sombre blood.
Look, it's whatever kinky shit you're into, like, okay. Dude.
It's done.
Yeah, okay, so.
She has asked me, she wants me to be her tool. And I am to play a part in what she has said is her coming praxis. She has asked me to be her herald. Now, there's no time frame on this. She's told both of us, Locke, to simply do nothing for now. So, I don't know when this is going to happen, or what century, which week, which century.
That's exactly it. It could be tomorrow. It could be in 1,000 years.
Right, now, so long as she remains sleeping, I don't think we have much to worry about.
And we need to keep that.
Yes, we do.
She needs to stay asleep.
Oh, I agree, yes. Now, the other day when Vicky came by, I told Vicky that I had taken a sip as well, and showed her that my signet ring. She was very interested because she could smell the my use of oblivion power on me. It has a smell apparently. So I came that much clean with her at the time, which she was looking a little dangerous at first, and then she just completely backed off as soon as she found out that Sybil had let me live after seeing her. Though she did say she was going to tell her father that I am where I am and what's happened.
Well, given some time to process the vision I had that evening, because sometimes my first impression of it is colored a little bit by my emotional response to the sudden vision coming on me. And after I take a little bit of time to process, it starts to make better sense. I really think that Sybil's going to prevent him from coming.
Well,
or her agents will prevent
Vicky's dad.
Tally from coming.
Oh, the Hound.
The Hound. Yes.
The Hound.
Yeah.
All caps.
All caps. The Hound. Yes. Because the people in the vision that were trying to get to the gentleman that I presume was you, possibly, who knows, might have been what you looked like prior to everything that happened to you. They basically kept trying to get to you, but couldn't. They couldn't cross to get to you.
That's reassuring.
So I don't think he'll be showing up, at least not anytime soon.
And was it like when she said, "I'm going to have to tell my dad," like, was it like threat or like he was going to talk to you or?
It was very non-threatening from her, but.
But it's everything's kind of a threat.
Yeah, but it was certainly implied on the part of her father when he came.
More than likely, she was going to have her father come into town to force him to take them to Sybil.
Most likely, yeah.
You know that's why Vicky's here.
Well, she did say they've been looking for her.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can get to Sybil unless Sybil wants it.
We know that.
Unless Sybil or the caretaker of Zelios.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're the other one who can find the path to her.
Yeah.
But seriously, I mean, but let's be realistic. Lasombra are overconfident.
Yeah, that's true. Almost as bad as Gangrel.
I don't know if there's any like, you know,
Shots fired.
any clan that's confidence. It's not really Gangrel, you know. We kind of go along to get along, and then sometimes just walk the fuck away, you know. There's a lot of things you can call us, though, that are worse. So, you know, overconfident is the best you can come up with. Cool. So, I'm going to share some things. Thank you for sharing, Steve. I was, of course, aware because you had that conversation in my club.
Right. Well, I knew that you would hear that.
Okay. And I understand why you held it back. In the future, try to not let it go that far before you sneak us out of town to tell us something.
Understood.
Thank you. Because that caused a lot of issues with trust.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I understand.
Okay. I wanted to also, while we're here talking in a place where nobody knows anything, the three of us, Quartermain, recently had a Primogen Council meeting that it became apparent that Stanford is probably going to be dissolving the Primogen Council in the city.
With acid?
I mean, it's...
I said it could be either he just, orders it dissolved and thus all Primogen lose their titles in the city, or possibly he firebombs all of us. So basically Stanford's becoming a dictator.
Yeah, I mean, one of the problems is there's just not enough kindred in the city to fight back.
Right.
If he does that, I mean, we barely have anyone. So if he does do that, well, who's going to say boo?
I've been doing my thing, working the politics, trying to get other more connected kindred impassioned about this situation so that we can call in allies. I knew the moment that he firebombed, because let's be real, he firebombed Wayland and Raphael. I knew the moment he did that, this was what was going to end up happening. So I've already been working on this, trying to stay 2 steps ahead of him.
Has anybody seen him recently? I mean, does he take any visitors at all?
I refuse to go see him.
I mean, I've gone before to see him. I might be one of the last people who saw him.
Yes, you have not been to see him since the night of the firebombing.
You know what? He's got art. He can deal with art. That's fine. I am okay with him and art becoming best buds and that problem just maybe resolving itself. So, I haven't even tried to get on his calendar. And I haven't even had a reason. And technically Art now wants me answering directly to him for anything. Awesome. So I did tell him a few things to keep him busy, but I don't know if he's actually done anything, because I think right now he's more concerned about the Black Spiral Dancers, which I'm also very okay with.
I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah, it's like, go you, open up, just open fire on them. It keeps you happy and occupied, whatever.
And out of our hair, yes.
Showing up at my bar.
Yeah. I'm sure that brings a damper to the place. The weight of that personality is just heavy.
He's not right. He's not right. He's not. He's getting less right. And, I mean, some interesting shit that got kind of dumped on me. I mean, that it might just not be a reversion, but something new. You know, but like, you know, because my first thought was, I mean, if you ever known somebody who, like, you know, was on, you know, was a junkie and then got off it and found Jesus, and then they're like, they won't even drink coffee anymore. I mean, like, you meet those people occasionally. And that's what I thought at first, like, what I was seeing. But then I heard it might be some actual, like, mind shit that's going around. You know, so, you know, weird kindred shit that could be making it even worse. That wasn't just, I'm turning off your weird ass maze brain therapy. I'm doing something different with it.
Maze brain therapy. I actually like that. That's a good
That's
one.
what it was. So, and it's like the first thing I felt equipped to understand. The second thing, I am not equipped to understand that.
Yeah. Honestly, it's beyond me as well. I mean, the things that were discussed in council, you know, I've heard rumors that can happen, but I don't know anything concrete. So, you know, if you can get on the Pontifex's schedule, he might be able to help.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
But he's, you know, weirdly busy, you know, because, I mean, I don't
trust that. What the fuck are they up to?
I mean, they're Tremere. Like,
they're always up to shit.
They're always up to shit. Before it's like all heated up, like, we've got to brand these thin bloods.
And then nothing, right?
Nothing.
Yeah.
And it's been just radio.
What the fuck are they into?
I'm wondering if he figured out something about the riots. And that's why suddenly you can't get on his schedule. Because we're all loosely, I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious to anyone who looks. A bunch of 13th gens. Yeah, I know not all of you anymore, but we were 13 at the time. You know, a bunch of fucking neonates suddenly got positions of power right after Stanford.
Oh,
and
of course we were tools.
Even said, thanks for helping me out, guys. So it's obvious something happened, and if riots happen, that he may see us by association as associated with that. And we all survived. So that's another, like, I'd be fucking suspicious.
Oh, of course. Anybody with, you know, two brain cells to chase each other would be suspicious.
Yeah. So that might be one of the reasons why we can't get on his schedule. Which, you know, it might be why he's gone quiet.
Thank God that's a rarity in this city.
Fact.
So
yeah, fact.
I'm trying to, like, get on his schedule with, you know, some sweetening of the pot. Like, if you talk to me, I can share you cool stuff that will keep, like, low key off the record. So we'll see if that works. But I only have so much.
Quartermain, you notice you're being followed by a large bat. You saw it a couple times out the window of the SUV that you're riding in tonight.
A large bat. Does this large bat look familiar?
Intelligence, investigation? What are you
doing? Sense the unseen.
No, you're not. He hasn't told you about the bat yet.
I'm not talking about the bat.
No, you're rolling right now in reaction to what I've just said.
No, I'm rolling for something else.
Oh, I know what you're rolling for.
4, 5, 6.
There's no ghost in the car with you.
Good.
I know what you're rolling.
5 with a crit.
You've seen that bat before.
Is it Esmeralda?
Why, yes, it is.
Esmeralda's following us.
Are we close to Dorian's?
You are in the, I'm not going to say the general vicinity, but Dorian's is northeast of the city. It's not in Oxon Hill. And you don't know how long the bat's been following you guys, but you're at least in the northern part of Maryland that, you know, you're closer to his than DC at this point.
Fuck it, pull over. I can't pull over. I just say it to Steve.
Well, Steve isn't driving. Scott's driving,
Scott's
so
driving,
you guys
so-
can talk privately.
Can we pull over? I mean,
That's fine.
Ma'am,
There is
just
not
pull over
stuff-
Just
here on
pull
the
over.
street, or
Yep.
you want me to find somewhere?
Find somewhere where we can have some
I
privacy.
mean, there's some back roads we can go and hit, side
Yeah,
roads.
let's do
A
that.
little bit darker, a little bit less
Mhm.
people.
Let's do that.
Okay, and he drives you for a bit and finds just a small, one of the small roads you see in Maryland that cut between two major thoroughfares that not many people use. A lot of trees overhead, pretty densely covered.
Mhm.
And he pulls over to the side of the road. It's not much of a shoulder, but it's enough that you can safely feel that your truck or your car isn't going to get plowed.
Mhm.
Ma'am, you want me to just wait in the car? What are we doing?
Sure, just wait in the car.
Okay, and what's everybody else doing?
Locke gets out and goes and sits on the hood.
Why are we getting out?
Why not?
Did Coterie tell us yet?
What am I?
did.
That's
I
all he
said-
said. You're not sheriff.
Okay.
I said Esmeralda's following us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see what she has to say.
Quartermain ain't my boss.
She obviously wants our attention because she's flying around as a large bat.
Sit on the hood and wait.
And takes about a minute. You don't see the bat come up, but you do see a woman in blue jeans with a loose-fitting blouse walk up out of the wooded shadow. Close to Locke, actually, is where she comes in. She wasn't trying to be quiet. You could hear her coming, but she obviously changed form out of view.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Locke.
Hey, how you doing?
I was hoping to catch you back at, in D.C., but I got there just as you guys were leaving, and I figured I'd follow and so I can have a talk with you, Locke. It's kind of important.
Okay. Private or
Yeah, well, it's up to you, but I mean, you can share what I tell you, but it's kind of private in a way. I mean, it relates to what we talked about before. Remember, I was going to do something for you?
right? Yeah. Let's.
Do you need privacy, Locke?
For now?
Okay.
For now.
We'll get back in the car.
Go walk off a bit.
I vanish.
Okay, roll your rouse check.
You sneaky fuck.
Success.
Okay. You can roll your, what is it, composure obfuscate? Or no, resolve obfuscate, isn't it? See if she sees you or not. Not bad.
Damn. Nine.
Okay, yeah, she don't see you. I'm pretty sure she's not going to see that. So, I haven't gotten too much from Dorian, but one thing I caught him making a joke, because what I did is I asked him, that why wasn't Art coming by anymore? Because, he used to stop in every week. And he made a joke that old Golden Eyes won't be visiting because Art's dead.
Okay, hold on a second. I need to write that down.
I don't know what it means.
Oh shit.
Art don't have gold eyes.
Nope, he don't.
Furious note-taking occurs.
Fuck. She does not hide her distress at all. She's like,
So, do you know what this Golden Eyes thing's?
kind of, yeah. Bad shit.
I mean, I've seen Art a number of years. He's never had gold eyes to me. But what does it mean? Art's dead? I mean, Art was there.
I mean, is it possible he could have done enough to Art to make him something completely different, or put someone new in his head?
I wouldn't put anything past him. I mean, some weeks he's not a bad person, but then other weeks he's a real bad person.
Yeah. Shit. All right. You know what? I don't think I can. I come with me. And she goes on the car and she raps on it. And she says, "Okay, we've been trying to figure out what happened to Art via Dorian. Hey, where's Quarterman?"
Behind you.
You fucker. And she just turns and like swats behind her blindly.
And Esmeralda jumps a bit and she's like, I didn't even see him.
Fucking nos. So Dorian made a joke. Yeah, it's great. You'll love it. Old Golden Eyes won't be visiting now that Art is dead.
I was muted. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Fuck, Locke.
This is great.
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah, he thought it was a funny joke. He laughed for a good 10 minutes.
Oh, I've met Gold Eyes.
Art doesn't have golden eyes.
No, he doesn't. Someone else does. Oh, fuck.
Okay, I think I've upset everybody at this car here.
Oh, no.
No, you're okay. This is okay. This is good information.
Hey, Quartermain, you can do intelligence awareness.
Oh, crap.
A lot of rolling tonight.
Well, we went a number of sessions without a lot of rolling, so I figured we need a good rolling session. 5? You do notice that the way Esmeralda's standing and where she's positioned herself, she's deliberately positioned herself to be fully visible to Steve.
I was going to say.
And the way she's standing, she's like trying to pose herself in a way that makes it flattering in the light.
I was wondering, since this is like one of the first times I've ever had a prolonged chance to look at Esmeralda, does it bring any kind of memory?
Roll willpower check with 1/3 of your humanity. So you round down. So that's only going to give you an extra die off your willpower. That's unspent willpower, which we just started. So you have all your willpower.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so that's 5.
And with his dice.
Yeah, well. And half my humanity rounded down, so that's 2.
No, it's a third of your humanity. Right? You only get one.
You get one extra die.
You get one extra die.
Over your unspent willpower, because your humanity is 5. A third rounded down means 1.
Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
Damn.
Nice.
For you, that's a damn good roll. The first couple times you saw Esmeralda, there was nothing familiar about her at all. Nothing. But as her looks have changed recently, and you can see that. Her hair is a lot redder than it was. Her skin tone is a lot lighter than it was. There's something vaguely familiar about her, and you can't place it. But there's something vaguely familiar.
Dead ass.
In what regard? Like,
you've seen her before. You know her. You swear you know her.
Okay, I know her in a social setting.
Right, you know her, but you don't know from where. You can't remember when.
Okay. All right. I just keep looking at her.
Okay. Now y'all can keep on. Y'all know she's like this. You've seen the golden eyes before. In another?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But that has nothing to do with art. Art's...
I didn't know.
Oh, it might.
It might.
Because the one who had the golden eyes doesn't normally have golden eyes either. Some of us that are very, 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 very...
I mean, she's got golden eyes. And she points at Locke.
So do I, technically, but different than hers.
Yeah, hers are...
They're like, think glowing.
Glow. Yeah, yours are like neon. Yeah.
Hers, when she kicks her eyes of the beast, they literally glow gold.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, so basically, ones that are of us that are really, 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 really old, Esmeralda, they can basically take over those of us that are younger at times. Possess us, if you would.
And the eyes get funky.
Mm-hmm.
I see that.
Sometimes golden.
Messed up, isn't it?
But, I mean, okay, I understand what you're saying, but Art was already really old. You're talking about younger. How much older would you have to be to do that? I mean, Art's old.
That's the scary part.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's made us so upset.
But why is that man so happy about this? He thinks it's a hilarious joke.
Oh, of course. Tell me, what was it that your father agreed to with the prince? When you were at the coronation, you told him, I heard you tell him, my father accepts.
Charisma plus...
I want to do interrogation.
Interrogation?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can roll that.
Charisma or manipulation?
Do manipulation. You're trying to get her to admit to something that she probably doesn't want to share. Yes, there was that agreement that Lily overheard her tell the prince at the coronation that my father agrees.
And I get a bonus die for my interrogation. This is where I shine, y'all. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Beat her 6. It was... Okay, Stanford wanted the old Art back.
Mm-hmm.
And Dorian thought that was the most hilarious thing he ever heard. It's funny you bring it up now. It reminds me, at the time, he told me to agree. And then when I came back and told Dorian that, that I relayed the message, Dorian laughed and said, but Art can't come back.
Because there was a maze in his head. He got a maze put in his head to keep something hidden. He offered, that's the thing. Golden Eyes was already in his head.
Uh-huh.
And the maze was keeping him in.
Keeping him locked up to not take over Art.
So when the maze was taken away, it wasn't Art that came walking out.
No, because what was left of Art was what we saw originally. Mm-hmm. Once the maze was left open, Golden Eyes took over. So yeah, imagine how old Art is, how old Golden Eyes must be.
Okay, this is
scary.
I mean, I live with Dorian, that much scares me, but yeah, it scares me.
This is terrifying. Dorian, I'm not gonna lie, from what you've just described and what I've heard about him, terrifying too. But this is soul-crushingly terrifying.
Everyone sees the crazy and discounts him as harmless, but he's not. He's very, very dangerous.
I've seen him 3 times, and in 3 times, he's been someone different.
There's a reason I've survived like I have, because no one comes into that castle and comes out ever if he doesn't want them to come back out.
I believe it.
And from what you're saying now, nobody comes out of there. If he doesn't want you to come out the same person, you don't even come out of there the same person.
Yeah. Do you have any alternative living arrangements you could take advantage of?
No, but I mean, he's not going to hurt me. I'm his daughter.
Okay. Let's hope.
The one thing that all the madness maintains.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Our prince had no idea what he was asking for.
I think that's what Dorian thought was so funny.
I told him he was playing with fire.
Oh, yeah. He's playing with an atomic bomb.
Okay, well, with that, I think I'm going to depart because I think I've upset. I think I've scared everyone enough.
Yeah,
this is a bedtime story a bit much.
Yeah, well, thank you, Esmeralda.
You have,
it was nice seeing you, Locke. I will stop by Purgatory if you know, it's not a bad place. We'll hang out some more.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if I get any more out of him, I mean, based on what you've said, I've got to be really careful because I have a feeling this is a secret he wants to keep as a secret. More nursery rhymes in my head, I guess.
Yeah.
We don't want him to read that part. Yeah. Well, it's nice seeing you all. Goodbye, Locke. Bye, Steve. And she waves at you, and then she steps back into the shadows, into the forest, where you assume she's going to change out of sight again to fly off. Leaving the coterie at a car out in the woods with Scott in the inside where he can't hear because of the safety proofing. But
we should get back in the car.
Yeah, let's go.
And Locke is watching Steve very closely.
And Steve is I probably would have thought Esmeralda would have noticed that I'm like really, really looking at her. Like I know her somehow, but.
Or she may have, but she didn't let on.
Steve.
Yeah.
Does the name Brian mean anything to you?
Willpower check.
Who is that?
Wow. 1, 2, 4, 5 with a critical.
Damn.
5 with a crit.
Jesus.
Your name was Brian, Steve. That is clear in your head. Your name was Brian.
Brian who? Brian what?
I don't know. I just got Brian.
You don't remember the last name yet, but you know you were Brian. It's like a fog lifts from part of your head, and with a certainty, you do know that before Steve, before Jimmy, before all of this madness that has plagued your life, you were Brian.
Wow. And any other, like, life details?
Not yet.
Okay.
But you can feel there's vague details at the edge of your, like when you try to remember a word and you can't quite think of the word you're trying to think of at the time.
Right.
That's exactly what you're feeling right at this moment. Other than Brian, there's details you should remember, but you can't. And you're trying to, but you can't quite remember. But they're there. They're at the tip of your tongue, but they're not there.
Can I roll to notice any change in his demeanor?
Go ahead. What's awareness, I assume? Or what's insight? If you you can do actually.
It's the same.
Yeah, or resolve insight.
Again, it's the same.
Okay, all the same?
Yeah. Okay, so that is 4.
4? Yeah, you see when she said Brian, and he kind of, at first nothing, and then he just did like a mini jump all of a sudden, like he got hit with a shock of electricity briefly.
Steve, are you okay?
I'm not sure about after that. When Locke said that, it's like, yeah, my name, it really is Brian, but I don't know why or anything else about it. It really brought some deep memories up, and there's other things, but I can't place it.
Anything like old flame chick you used to know?
I don't
Willpower
know.
check.
Oh shit! We're just breaking down the walls tonight.
Locke could just get it done with 1, but no, she's going to like peck away at this.
3?
Yeah.
When Locke says that, you remember now a conversation you'd had with Ludlow, where Ludlow had said you wanted to see her. You kept asking about her. And there was a her. Brian had a her. You don't know who. You don't even remember. Only thing you can glimpse and you can think of is scarlet, a flash of scarlet color. Just a brief, a brief flash of red, and that's it. But
and I relate that to Lily and Locke. But I don't know.
Lily looks at Locke like, I know what this is.
What is it? What?
I didn't say that out loud, but I just give her a look.
As you recall, at the time before when Esmeralda was on top of the club, Steve was Everyone was telling Steve that
yeah, I'm like,
probably your sire.
I see what you're doing here, kind of thing.
So he remembers a flash of red.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I had all kinds of interesting shit opening a bar. It's really weird.
It is, isn't it? You see why I run a club.
Yeah. So you guys you're heading back yet, or you got more of your discussion? Because I had to reward Quartermain with a 6 success awareness roll. But now you're out in the middle of nowhere where you know you're not being listened to. This is the chance to discuss anything that you wouldn't want to be relayed.
Dude. Esmeralda.
Yeah.
You were totally banging Esmeralda.
What? But
That's Brian.
I mean, she is hot.
I don't know if it was like, tooth banging or regular banging. I don't know the timeline, but
if Lily could blush, she would blush.
Tooth banging.
And the list of lockisms grows.
That's what I was about to say. Another lockism is created. Tooth banging.
That's going on a t-shirt.
Does Locke bring up the tattoo that Esmeralda had showed her?
Ooh.
Oh yeah, what was it up?
Brian was tattooed on her arm.
And yeah, she has a tattoo with Brian, which implies that you two were doing the nasty before both of you became.
Wait, is that what tattoos imply?
If you get a tattoo as a regular role, it's a kindred.
Oh.
Generally, they go away. You can get ones that last, that are like Tremere shit. Thinflets can do it too, apparently, but that's.
But Esmeralda told you that hers was before she was turned. She specifically admitted it to you.
Hers was before that.
And one doesn't put a man's name on their body anywhere
unless they really love them.
Unless there's,
And Lily says, no woman marks herself with a man's name unless she is head over heels in love with him and think it's for forever.
Steve, she was definitely trying to get your attention tonight.
Oh,
she was practically posing for you.
Yeah, well, I got that. That's really what kind of brought up the memories. Like, she's really familiar somehow. I mean, no doubt Granger took extra pleasure in blocking this out, but...
so the question is why?
Yeah, I mean, why that relationship being blocked out? I mean, what?
You might have remembered that she's your sire.
That part hasn't come through, at least not yet, anyway.
I don't know. I mean, why would... Because obviously she is not content with that situation.
I mean, certainly from the way she's been making herself visible to me. I mean, it's like, obviously she was not the one who pushed me away.
She's the adopted daughter of a Ventru. You're a Kaiti.
Well, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And it might have been the safest thing. I mean, people do. Look, okay, as part of the shitty sire club, sires sometimes do weird shit that seems really bad. But it was the only feasible option. Like, it's the only thing that would have kept everyone alive. And why?
That play out with us as well. So I mean, I understand that dynamic.
Yeah.
Shit. Let's go.
So, by the way, Shanky is frozen in the most wonderful pose.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna take a picture.
Oh, that is awesome.
And throw it on the Discord. Because, yeah, it's wonderful. But But yeah, it's
And I was muted, so yes, I was not only that, I'm muted. We're going to take a break, though.
yeah.
So I can fix my camera, because it's a good time anyway, because we're about an hour in, so it's a good time to take a break with me frozen, looking like I'm doing an obscene thing to my e-cig at the moment, and really liking it, actually. You know, everyone's going to meme that. I know it's going to get memed. It's going to get posted to Discord.
Oh, it's getting posted right now.
Yeah.
When you hear Locke say tooth banging.
Yeah. Apparently I got tooth banged. But everyone, we will come back from break in 10 minutes, and I'll have my tech fixed. So,
do you have any tech wipes?
So we're going to take a break. And we'll be right back.
Wipe off your tech?
Well, we're going to have to clean my tech hard. Be right back.
Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator who can't remain the prey, you have to become an equal in every way. So look in the mirror and tell me, who do you see? Is it still you, or is it me? Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. So embrace the darkness, and I will help you see that you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. We are the lions in a world of lies. We are the predators, the hunters, the hunters, the hunters. Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin to burrow within, to your burrow within. Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Allow me to introduce myself, though I fear you've heard my name, and that you've heard the story of Countess Bathory. History is told by the victors, heroic warriors, and mad kings. Will you hear my story from the lips of Bathory? They call me blood-sucking demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, beautiful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Is your blood Bathory? I was very wealthy and powerful, a widow with political rivals keen to destroy me and take my property. My plea was never offered, all my confessors were all tortured, or how they destroyed me for my property. They put me up, shut me up, shut me up, put me up, shut me up, and told a story of a bitch called Bathory, blood-sucking demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, beautiful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Is your blood Bathory?
And welcome back, and I'm no longer frozen in an obscene state with my e-cig like I'm performing fellatio on it, because that's pretty much what it looked like. So before the break, there was a pretty heavy revelation made by Esmeralda, a heavy revelation made by Steve about what he's done, and then Steve found out his actual name, which, you know, for Steve is kind of a pretty big deal, I think. But we're going to pick up right here. They're still at the car, out in the roadside, middle of nowhere. And the coterie can go from there and figure out what they're doing.
Okay. And I look at everyone and say, okay, are we ready to head back now?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Scott, go ahead and start driving us back.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Steve and Quartermain, while we're on our way back, I'd like to ask for some assistance.
Of course, sure.
If there is a cost for it, we can discuss. And I look directly at Quartermain. I need surveillance under my club. I'm very concerned with the rumors of Stanford potentially dissolving the Primogen Council, that he may start bombing Primogen. And what's the best way to make sure you're not seen doing that? Go underground.
Right.
So I want visibility down there. I want to see if rats are bringing anything in. I want to see basically what's going on down there.
Okay. So it sounds like what we need, part of what we need to do is extend their surveillance down into the sewers, well, you know, outside the boundaries of the Succubus Club. I mean, right now we just watch the door coming in from the sewer, but we need to extend the audio and video surveillance much further out, so we can do that.
Okay, and Quartermain, I'm requesting your assistance because you know the underground accesses towards the club.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Now the question is whether I can duplicate that X-scope that we have that pings whenever a kindred comes through.
But they wouldn't even have to use kindred. They could use the rat patrol.
True.
I can make rats.
Yeah, I know you can.
Wouldn't be hard to strap a bomb to a rat.
Wouldn't be hard to strap a bomb.
To go up under the club and have it blow up.
Yeah, wouldn't be hard to strap a bomb to a rat.
The rat patrol is...
It would need a pretty big rat.
I mean, there's cat-sized rats in D.C.
Yeah, but you need a bomb that's going to blow up the club.
Or
you
enough
need
to fire
big
it.
Bomb.
Or enough to just catch it on
like
fire.
in that Batman movie where it's a bunch of them all with bombs on it? Yeah, that could be a thing.
That could be a thing. That could be a thing.
Not penguins, rats.
Right. Right.
You could do it with a dog in the sewer just as easy, though. I mean, once you're in the sewer, you're in the sewer.
That. Steve, is that a thing?
I don't see George agreeing to having the rat patrol being blown up.
Yeah, because that's one of the things.
I totally see your point on that, Quartermain. However, I don't think George is the only nos in this city that can control rats.
Yeah.
As far as I know, there's only 3 nos in the city.
That's true.
And I get it, but I wouldn't put it past Stanford to have the ability.
You probably don't remember, Jim, but Quartermain remembers Stanford has mentioned once before to Quartermain, and actually the whole coterie, that he planned to have his children moving to the city once he was prince.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be, Nathan was one of them, but there was more than Nathan.
Yeah, there was that one guy that was like, kind of like he had a project or some shit.
Yeah.
Research.
And
like,
with his kid, and I even say with his childer coming, who knows, they could already be here. It's not like we could always see them. So.
So I could, because 2/3 of the rat patrol are Bloodlicker and Tabitha.
Right. I'm not too concerned about it being actual rat patrol
we can
rats.
Watch.
Yeah, we can watch. That's great. But I can't talk to rats, so how am I going to get notified? Yeah, but you're busy. You're hound.
Well, yeah, but I'm doing a lot of running around. A lot of it, half of it is running around doing shit. The other half is running around avoiding shit. So,
if you want to do that in the interim while I get the surveillance set up, that's greatly appreciated.
Mm-hmm. Tracking down all the Thin Bloods is kind of a thing that takes me all over. So.
Yeah, I get that. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to have talk to some critters and get some intel for me, that's great. I appreciate it. But I do want my own surveillance under my club.
Oh, yeah, you're going to need some fucking cameras. And
yeah.
Shit, so.
Look, I just can't see Lily taking a taste from you and learning how to talk to rats. I mean,
no, that's really not my thing.
You could talk to pigeons?
No, they're flying rats.
You could talk to owls? Oh, wait, never mind.
I can already talk to the owl, then I don't want to. So.
And as I did before, trying to be better about not ending a scene too early.
Mm-hmm.
When everyone's ready for the scene to end, you just raise your hand that you're done. Yeah. And that way I know people are done speaking about shit.
I'm good, unless, Quartermain wants to negotiate boons or anything for the service.
I'll think about it.
Okay. Get back to me.
And so the Coterie returns to D.C. Now, these all events, obviously, they happened after the Primogen Council meeting.
Mm-hmm.
But this was all going on in this 2-month period. So there's still time left to get some of the camera stuff put in. And Locke's been using her rats that, like the Dorito Patrol.
The Dorito Patrol.
Yeah, we'll have to come up with a good name. They're nacho rats. They're Locke's rats.
You've got Doritos for the rats, popcorn for the pigeons. Can't really give oh no, you can actually give Doritos to cats. Cats fucking love Doritos.
Okay, I did not know that.
They well, at least the one I had and the ones my friend had.
They like potato chips too.
That is also, she'll
ours drink
separate
tea.
that. So yeah, she has always all this junk food in her backpack now.
Slightly stale, but they don't care. The animals love it.
They don't care.
And one other event happens right at the end of this 2-month period. You get a visit at the Succubus Club. The Coterie was oddly enough together, even though everyone was doing various things at these points. It was one of your weekly, the Coterie gets together to touch base kind of thing to see how everyone's doing and what everyone's projects and all. Club was closed. Thomas comes over the headset. Ma'am, we've got somebody here that, frankly, I know you want to see him. I know.
Who is it?
He says his name is Theodore Thatcher, but he says he's here on official business, and he kind of looks like Mr. Quartermain.
Okay, thank you. See, I'll be down to greet him.
Okay. You come downstairs, and there's a finely dressed man, rather vintagely dressed, but finely dressed. It would have been, what he's wearing would have been very fashionable 100 years ago. Nosferatu, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Face reminds you a bit of Stanford, where the disfigurement
has gone almost animalistic at this point.
Very animalistic in some ways. He's standing there, and when you come, good evening. Lily Sanger, I am here on official business from Prince Warwick.
Please come in, Mr. Thatcher. And I escort him in, and I get on the earpiece. Guys, let's meet up in the conference room. We have a visitor.
And when he comes in the room, of course, you can tell, you see, yeah, it's an Nosferatu. Dressed 100 years old. He's got a scroll case in his hand. When he looks around, he goes, I knew I'd find you all here tonight. That's why tonight is the night I came. Unrolls a scroll case. Let it be known that Prince Stanford Warwick of D.C. has named Theodore Thatcher as his new herald. That would be me. Also let it be known that the prince has decreed, due to the actions of his Primogen Council, they will no longer sit at that table, and the Primogen Council is hereby dissolved as of now. Any gatherings of the former Primogen Council to discuss business will be dealt with as a violation of the prince's rule. Then he starts rolling the scroll up. You have been formally notified.
Indeed.
Good evening.
Thomas, see him out.
Yes, ma'am. And he's escorted from the room.
Well, that's
Sure seen.
Not like that matters anyway. I still run Toreador.
Oh, absolutely. But, you know, what does this mean for Stanford's intention towards council?
If the former council members meet, we'll be executed.
Right, but I'm saying, what does Stanford know? Because he said, due to the Primogen Council's actions, it's been dissolved. What does he know of what we've been doing?
I don't know.
I mean, what?
I think that it could be basically the stunt I pulled to save Wayland and Raphael. And it just triggered his paranoia. But I don't know. I don't know if he does know anything. I don't know. I can try to look into that. You know, I got someone who can have eyes anywhere in this city at this point.
Good. All right.
Fuck me, I don't want to work with that man.
Well, good news. Oh, wait. Other one. Sorry.
Good luck. Since that doesn't mean that you are no longer the Hound.
As of this moment, true. I am still the Hound.
Which would suck if you were the one asked to enact the justice.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't... I would be surprised if I kept this role much longer. Because if they're dissolving the council and they're basically... I could see them also like, okay, my position... It's usually appointed by the sheriff, and the sheriff is fucking insane. So he may just decide I need to not be Hound anymore.
Oh. He can throw his fits. It's fine. It's not going to stop what I've set into motion.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, we're trying to reach you on the headset. Somebody's opening the upstairs door, the roof access door. We know who it is, ma'am, but we just want to let you know. Art's coming in through the roof access.
Why the fuck is he coming in through the roof access?
I have no clue, ma'am. But do you want us to try to stop him?
No,
don't try to stop him. Just go greet him. Unlock the door for him if he hasn't already torn it off its hinges.
Yes, ma'am.
And escort him. You're going to go run interference? Yeah. Okay, thank you.
You want me to bring him here? Or
sure, why not? We're all here.
Wits, insight. Or actually, you can use, for you, Locke, I will let you go wits streetwise instead.
Oh, interesting.
Because you get a certain feel for individuals in the street about who's dangerous and who's not at any given moment.
3.
Okay. Okay. You're getting a vibe off of Art you've never gotten. It's the same vibe you've gotten on the street more than once when somebody is itching to hurt people. It's no obvious, no clenched fist. It's just you're getting this vibe that this individual, in this case Art, is very upset and angry about something.
Locke immediately goes into beta wolf mode. She is not trying to set off any alpha vibes. Sheriff?
Just the individual I am here to see. The prince has told me you are no longer my hound.
Very well.
And while normally this is my decision and not his, he's made it quite clear that if you remain the hound, he will send Victoria after you and usurp my power as sheriff. So, as of tonight, you are no longer my official hound. I will from time to time ask you to look at things, because though the prince says you are not the hound, I am allowed to choose who I use to do my duties. But officially, you are no longer hound.
Understood.
Tell Lily I'm sorry about her door. I was a bit upset.
She's used to door issues.
She can send me the bill.
I will let her know.
And he turns and literally stomps out onto the roof again.
Locke turns around, goes back to the conference room, and says, closes the door, and she's like, well, I'm out of a job.
Well, at least you got out of it alive.
Yeah. So interesting. Okay, one, Art is offering to pay for the door. He apologizes.
Okay, legit, that is not gangrel behavior.
Breaking a fucking door is.
That is, but that anybody can get angry and act out in a rage. But offering to pay for the damages?
Hey. This is only because you only know me.
You're not the only gangrel I've ever known in my life,
but
Locke.
I'm not the only. Like, I am sure that like the writer dude, like, I bet he paid for his doors because he's like classy and shit.
Since you all are out of jobs, I can help you fill out your unemployment paperwork.
So anyway, interesting.
Oh, don't worry, I'm set.
Stanford ordered Art to fire me.
Oh, interesting, because usually that is solely the sheriff's decision.
Which he was...
That's what pissed him off.
And he's pissed off. And he said, you're no longer my official hound. With the pause. And he said he will still call on me from time to time. Use whom he wishes. So I don't have any official, like, power or status anymore, but yeah, I don't think I'm completely free. You know, I wasn't paid before, but now I'm super not getting paid.
That's okay. I no longer have the title, but I still run this shit. So everyone's still going to come to me for Toreador business.
I'm curious to see if he'll need to, if another sheriff will get appointed. But yeah, basically if you know, Stanford would send Vicky after me and Art, and then she'd become the new sheriff.
We needed to destroy them before they got here.
Oh, Locke. Due to recent downsizing decisions, I will no longer be needing your services as whip.
You know what? I understand, but what's interesting is that I probably have more of a handle on the Thin Bloods than many people.
Yes, you do.
Right now. So, yeah.
Hey, Locke, guess what? You now have an army.
Locke is going to step outside
the
room for a second and send a text to Mallory.
Mm-hmm.
We need to talk tonight.
Aren't you supposed to make an appointment?
Get your bitch ass to the purgatory.
Wow. Forceful. Okay.
I'm going to text Karina.
Okay.
Time to talk.
Jefferson Monument, 1 hour.
Got it.
Bring friends if you want.
Oh, man. Okay, you know, I text him again and I say...
She said if you want.
Wait.
But wait.
No, like, you wait. I tell Mallory...
Oh, he waits.
Purgatory.
Okay.
Until I get there.
Okay.
So, the coterie, any more discussions you want to have on these revelations?
No. Lily, you can see the wheels turning in her head, plotting plots on plots on plots. Yeah.
So I guess the next thing to do is to meet up at the memorial.
Is Quartermain inviting us all?
Is he?
No,
Just
What?
you?
just me.
Okay.
It's dangerous to go alone.
I don't even say anything to anybody. Nobody
yeah, so
knows
we don't
it's
know
happening.
about it.
Yeah,
So-
we don't know about it. Okay, then she doesn't put the fucking weight on her.
Okay. Roll your obfuscate plus your resolve obfuscate.
Storyteller, where are our Elysiums?
They're actually the same Elysiums they were under Vitel, including the Smithsonian and the Museum of Natural History. It is the same Elysiums were reinstated. Katerina, not being heavily familiar with DC, opted to go with the ones that have been traditionally the Elysiums in DC for the past 50 years or so.
I'm going to text my friend.
Okay.
When you have a moment, I'd love to chit-chat.
Boss says it better be good.
Isn't it always?
You know the alley.
Okay.
7 with a crit.
Okay. So we'll handle first Quartermain's real quick and have him going. About an hour later, you get there. I assume Quartermain normally gets there early when he's meeting Karina.
Yep.
Wits awareness.
Four.
4. Okay. You get there and it's a quiet night in DC. Not much going on. Seem to be alone until, of course, you hear that click, clack of the shoes coming. And up comes Karina with her clipboard. And the moment she sees Quartermain when you appear, all hell is broken loose, Quartermain.
Yeah, I know.
I am no longer Sinshal.
Are you not?
I am not.
Hmm.
He has declared one of his children. Some Balthazar as his Sinshal. He has replaced the entire court except for the sheriff and the scourge.
Yeah. You replaced the warlock?
He has removed the warlock from his position.
I bet
But
he's
he has
happy.
not replaced it.
Have you spoken to Lois?
No, I have not. Not since this happened.
Hmm. Yeah, I bet he's happy.
Wits awareness again, Quartermain.
Hi.
There's an individual coming up. You can see him walking up to the monument. It's an individual you know. It is the Pontifex.
Oh, did you bring him along with you?
No, I did
Well-
not invite him. He shouldn't even know we're here. And when Velois gets closer, should have known when I saw Quartermain skulking about the Jefferson Memorial, he'd be meeting with you, Karina.
You know what? I don't skulk.
Well, I mean, you weren't visible, so I call that skulking.
Okay.
But good evening.
Good evening.
Quartermain. Good evening, Karina. What a fine pickle this city is in at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
It seems there's no longer a real court.
Nope. So, yeah. It's a bit of a mess.
This is an interesting development.
Mm-hmm.
Was not unexpected by me. Karina goes, I didn't really, let's be honest, I figured it would happen eventually. I didn't think he'd get rid of me. But it's okay, I'm prepared.
Yeah.
I've been busy these last few months. We have a friend in town now. Friend you've met, Quartermain.
Who's speaking?
This is Karina.
Okay. Which friend is that?
Anton has returned.
Wow, what a coincidence. I was going to ask if you knew how to get in touch with him.
I didn't, but he contacted me. He had a plan. Quite good plan, actually, on how to deal with our current situation. But needless to say, the events as they've transpired now have kind of had to alter them. We'll have to see what new plan he has.
Yeah. Well, I had only planned to talk about this with Karina, but I guess since you're here, I might as well do it here.
It's a dangerous time to be meeting.
I was going to offer a way to take him down.
You have a way?
Yeah.
And what way is that?
I know the cause of the riots.
And Velois's eyes get real narrow, and Karina looks at you. Dangerous words you're speaking.
I know.
And then Velois goes, do tell. What?
The thing is I want some assurances.
What kind of assurances? The only ones that can give assurances aren't us. It would be Anton.
That's why I wanted to talk to Anton.
And Velois looks at Karina, and Karina's like, can arrange it? Well, you can arrange it. His point of contact on this situation is Yekaterina.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I always wondered why she seemed so well connected, and I guess I've found out.
Yeah, I'm not going to deal with her.
She's his mole. That's what I figured. She was sent here just to spy for him.
Yeah, I'm not going to deal with her. So if you
I will on your behalf speak with her.
Okay.
That we can do. My advice for all the coterie is to go about your normal business.
This has nothing to do with the coterie. This has only to do with me.
My advice for the coterie is to go about your business. With him dissolving the council and dissolving the rest of the court, he is watching all of you. Do what you were doing before. Investigate that power station, church, place, whatever. Run your club, tell Locke, run her bar. Do what you were doing before. Don't change your patterns. Because he is watching all of you. and if he has any excuse or any belief that you're directly plotting against him. Even this, with the addition of Velois here, has become dangerous. And Velois just, I am not afraid of one Nosferatu and his get.
Okay.
That is the best advice I can give for now. I am going to speak with Yekaterina and see if I can arrange for Anton to meet with you.
Okay.
Things have entered a dangerous phase for all of us. Especially Clan Venture, of course. He is repeating his playbook. Dissolve the council, dissolve the court, replace it with his people. The next stage is fire his enemy. And I do mean that, Coterie, in the literal sense.
Oh, I'm well aware. I know what happened.
Be safe.
That's all I ever try to do.
And Karina bows to Velois. Good evening, Velois. And walks off. And when you're left alone with Velois, he looks at you and goes, so you have the rest of that information. I've got suspicions, and I've done a bit of my own research into things. And I suspect, while you have some key info I don't have, some of what you're going to reveal is not a surprise.
Yeah, so.
I know there was Nosferatu involved in setting up these riots. I do not know who, I do not know which ones, but I know Nosferatu were involved.
I can confirm that.
We will talk after you've spoken with Anton.
We may or we may not.
True. Don't know how much experience you have with Archon.
It doesn't matter. I know what I'm planning to do, and it'll either work out one way or the other. I know what the risks are.
I hope so. There's a reason Archons are feared. In many ways more feared than the Justicars. Because each are selected for their own abilities, special abilities normally. And Anton is known as the Fixer. He corrects things. Sometimes his methods are painful to those who need corrected. I wish you good luck in your endeavors, Coterie.
Yeah.
And though we've never been friends, you are not my enemy. At least I hope not.
I've never considered you one.
Well, good evening.
Good
and then
evening.
Velois walks off the other way. And now we'll flash to Locke. And then afterwards, I think we need to have a Steve and Lily talk after I do Locke. Yes, Coterie.
Quartermain just stares up at the statue of Jefferson.
Moment of contemplation.
That is my favorite memorial.
Yep, moment of contemplation. Locke, Mallory, once again, saunters in 5 minutes late.
All right. She slams the door behind him. She's like, I need one thing from you tonight, and that's to cut the shit. You understand? The cute act? It's not going to happen right now because shit is burning.
Shit's always
Sit
burning
down.
with... He sets.
Tonight, Stanford dissolved the council, and he replaced the entire fucking court. Or no, she doesn't know that. But dissolve the council, I'm no longer the Hound. He's doing this because he's having a paranoid fit, and
that
things
affects
are going-
me how?
You're no longer protected. At least not officially. Art, the sheriff and Vicky, the Scourge, would see the appropriate way of dealing with all of you is to just fucking massacre all of you.
And you see something you've never seen out of Mallory. The sass is ended, the attitude is ended, and there's a shrewdness behind his eyes.
So,
what do you suggest? How do we... Do we
one,
leave?
Esmeralda is not going to save you. Esmeralda is kind of powerful. She's nothing compared to what Art and Vicky could do.
Her father owes me a major boon.
He ain't leaving.
I'll be maybe protected.
You could maybe be protected. Has part of that protection been like, hey, come chill at my house? Just curious.
I have an open invitation to visit.
If so, I should warn you about his house because it will fuck with your head.
It did last time I was there, but that's why I won't stay there. It's kind of a...
Yeah. So, you have your round. The half dozen people you have under you also need to be told to go to ground.
How do you know there's more than a half?
This feral grin.
There's more. I mean, I've got my connections. Just
lie to me, baby. Lie to me.
So that was you that's been following my people.
Mm-hmm. That's my job, man. I don't know what you were fucking expecting. Or was my job.
When you're in our position, you got to take every advantage you can.
I appreciate that. And I am not going to abandon you all. I have at least a little clout.
Can you protect us?
If you all are fucking straight with me, I can help. I've got a boon or two I can call in. I have my own mild resources, but I can work shit out. But you gotta start being straight with me. I can't protect who I don't know.
We generally avoid your kind, but I mean, do you want me to tell my people to slip out, to go to ground for a bit?
Yeah. Anybody you can get that can lay low, go to ground, hide out, they need to not take any, if Stanford's people comes knocking and
obviously they got sloppy when you found them all. I mean, they're getting sloppy. What about that power? Did you ever get anything with that power plant thing? Because they're still causing me problems.
We're working on it. Although, now I'm not as enthusiastic about working on it. I do want to get the Thin Bloods there out. I do. If they come to me, I will make sure they end up somewhere safe. Then we're burning the fucking thing down. But there's some other complications. So.
Okay, I'm gonna quit the bullshit and I'm gonna put the cards on the table.
Mm-hmm.
I am pretty sure I'm safe.
Okay.
But I will tell all my other people to go on a vacation.
Yeah.
A week, month, maybe a week or two.
A week or two. Tell them to be flexible.
But that only covers, as you understand now, only, half dozen.
I'm going to try and track down the rest of them and get word spread.
Okay.
That people need to, lay low. And if anybody comes forward offering them a deal, no matter how good it sounds, don't take it. Get out. Do what you have to survive that minute, and then get the fuck out.
I will be in touch with a time and a place. Once a month, a bunch of the Thin Bloods get together to talk.
Mm-hmm.
It's an idea they got. One of them came over from L.A. and was doing, they called it a rant, where they all get together and, but they've started doing a bunch of them that when I find out when the next one is, I'll let you know.
Okay.
That's what I can offer.
All right. And you stay safe.
I think I'm going to close the shop I'm going to leave it open, but I'm going to take off for a bit. You've got my number.
I got your number.
I think I'm visiting family upstate.
Yeah, probably good.
And then you see his face change a bit, and he gets that normal look he has of just,
Cocky assurance.
yeah, just waiting for a chance to bust your chops.
And she smacks his shoulder.
I'm going to bill you for the time we spent here, because, it wasn't even an appointment. I might have to bill you double.
You go ahead. And we'll see if it gets paid.
Oh, it's going to get paid. You still want that tattoo, don't you?
Now it's, the reason we were going to do it is kind of not an issue now, because it's no longer my job to get all you fuckers branded.
Yeah, I noticed that kind of just died off some, where the branding just...
It's... my kind get distracted.
Well, that's okay. I wasn't planning on branding him anyway. And then Mallory just walks out the room. Just drops that and leaves.
Fucking Mallory. God damn it. And then Locke texts, Tabitha, you busy?
Not really.
Got fired.
Isn't that a good thing?
Shrug emoji.
You didn't seem happy with it.
Nah, but, gets complicated.
Did Art fire you?
Wasn't happy. Told to.
I think Bloodlicker and I are going to go for a ride just to not be where he knows to find us.
Yep, good idea.
Now we're going to flash over, of course, to Steve and Lily. Now that the two former Primogen are alone. Do you guys need a scene to discuss next plans? I know for Steve it changes
Steve.
a lot.
Talk to her. See how she can help.
I will do what I can, sure.
If she's going to use you, use her too. That's the first lesson, darling.
Mm-hmm.
That one is dangerous. I should have had you destroy her from the start.
Inside my head. Lily?
Yes. She plays the game too well. But ask.
Well, how can you help us? Or would you?
I see in my slumber eyes on you all. You are watched.
Do you know by whom?
The child of the disfigured. The beautiful one turned ugly. I will distract them. For now. I cannot do it constantly. It tires me. But I will do this. And in return, there will be a price.
There always is. It's understood.
And I will tell you the price when the time comes. But it will cost.
Understood.
Then the voice goes silent in your head.
Okay. Well, Lily?
Yes.
She will help. She will distract.
Good, because I know we're being watched, and I have a meeting to attend that I don't want seen.
Now, there will be a cost.
Let me know what it is. If I can help, I will.
She tells me she will tell me the cost when the time comes.
Okay. Just let me know. If I can help, I will, because I asked you to do this.
Okay. Then I also relate to Lily what she said about the child of the disfigured, the ones
Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all. I figured since his children are now in town, he's going to have them watching us all.
Okay.
So, yeah, that would be pretty much standard of what a paranoid prince would do. So, good. I'm glad she's distracting them. Now, do excuse me. I have a meeting.
All right, Lily. I'll see you later.
Mm-hmm.
You walk down the street without guards.
Mm-hmm.
Wits awareness, of course.
Of course. Mm. 4, 5, 6.
Funny thing is, you're walking there. You see, it strikes you as odd. A homeless man that was not far from the entrance of the club across the street, getting locked up by some police. And it's obvious that this particular homeless man has been ravaged by some disease, as his face is quite pockmarked and eaten up. And normally you don't see the police harassing the homeless that aren't doing anything, but this particular guy is getting arrested as you are walking down the street.
I make a note of the car number.
Okay.
Because I might want that followed up on.
She moves quickly.
On them a fruit basket.
So find out what alias they used.
So for Locke, who missed it, Lily, just as she came out of her club, saw
a homeless guy getting...
a diseased, pockmarked face homeless guy getting arrested across the street.
From the
right
club.
As Lily comes out, he was across the street from the club watching it. He's getting arrested all of a sudden. Normally the homeless are left alone as long as they stay in the alleys and don't cause problems, but this one's getting locked up all of a sudden.
Interesting.
Yeah, so Lily wrote down the car number to follow up on that.
Because there's somebody who may know. Which, by the way, Twitchy Fry couldn't find any, or not Twitchy, Charlie Brown couldn't find anything on that license plate. He said the car actually had no license plate.
That's too many cars with no license plates in the city.
The cops are thoroughly infiltrated by somebody.
Yeah.
And you know who it is. You've known since the beginning. You were told who ran the cops in D.C., or at least large parts of them other than Karina. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But we'll come back to that one.
Okay.
You walk up a block up.
I also want to do my Sense the Unseen, because I am a little paranoid right now.
Okay. It is resolve all specs.
And get an extra die for my blood potency.
And you know, that's the first time anyone at this table has asked Sybil for anything back.
4, 5, 6, 7.
7. You are being followed.
By a ghost.
By a ghost.
What does the ghost look like?
It's your fiance.
I look him dead in the eye and I say, leave.
He fades from view in front of you.
And I say, just in case he's there still, if she wants to know this information, she can make a deal. And I continue walking to the alley.
To the alley. And when you get to the alley, shadow is there again. And that cold wrongness as you approach.
Oh, I've gotten quite used to it at this point. I just walk right up.
And Vitel steps out. Good evening. Lily.
Oh, news is already spread to you. Fantastic. Oh, it doesn't really matter.
That's why I could meet tonight. I was nearby, shall we say.
You need to be careful with that.
They can't see me?
Oh, no, they can't. She can.
She?
You've been noticed.
The madam?
No, not her. Your dearly departed lover, darling. She stalks the streets looking for you.
Clarissa? Funny. I saw her once across the veil.
Oh, she saw you too.
She won't bother me as much.
Hmm.
It's dangerous to cross the veil.
Mm-hmm.
The dead over there have a lot more power than the living do.
Yep.
But I've been crossing over a long time.
Okay, if you're
I
confident.
can punish them.
If you're confident, that's on you. I just wanted to
I know that wasn't what you called me
be
here for.
kind
It
and give
better
you that
be.
warning. However, I want to know what it will cost me to get every secret you have on the throne room.
Oh. The rose is not happy
Oh,
at the gardener at the moment, is she?
No, the rose has thorns. And she's ready to bleed someone.
That might be arranged. You're not going to like the price.
Name it and we'll discuss.
I want Victoria dead.
Like I could accomplish that.
Oh, you can if you think really hard on it. There's lots of ways to get her.
You want Victoria dead. Wow.
She is a thorn in my side. And since me and her father have parted ways,
Oh, that's news.
oh, there's a reason he's in Chicago and not here with me. Let's just say, I wouldn't mind punishing him as well in the process.
Okay, so if I can arrange this, can I get the information up front? Because, if I get the information up front, it's going to go one of two ways. I succeed or I meet my end.
We'll do it like this. You tell me how you think you can accomplish it, and I'll give you the info then. Take time to think about it. Talk about it with your friends.
No, the easiest way would be to stick art on her. But okay. Yeah.
I have heard he's changed quite a bit.
Golden eyes. I don't know if that means anything to you. Does to me.
Not to me, no.
Mm.
I just remember the hippie.
Yeah, no.
And what he briefly was before. He was before. Came the hippie shortly after. My rise to power. Arrange for Victoria's end.
I'll make arrangements and get back to you.
Accomplish that, and it's worth the secrets of the throne room. Can't come cheap.
Of course not. I know better.
Some of the secrets are mine. Which is where extra cost comes from.
Of course. Pleasure, Lord Vitel. Thank you for your time.
Have a good night, Lily Sanger.
Mm-hmm.
Forward.
And I just turn and walk off.
And he steps back into his shadow. No cars across the street waiting for him. But when he steps into the shadow, you feel just a cold blast that comes off it. Just a wave of death hits you, and it chills you to the bone again. You haven't felt that in a long time. And you return to the club. Now, what is everyone else doing at this time? Locke just looks disturbed at the moment.
Let's see. She had her talk with Mallory. How much night do we have left?
Not much.
She's going to text her most well-connected Thin Blood.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just going to say, 911, everyone needs to go to ground.
Okay.
And that's it.
You get a reply back. Gotcha. They're not the chatty type.
No.
But they're the one you suspect that knows more than anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Start getting the word out. So I think if no one else has anything.
I text a number I've been holding on to for a long time.
Which one?
Gary Golden.
And what's the text?
I need help.
You get a reply. Call tomorrow.
Thanks.
The night is late. That's, I think, where we'll end this particular episode. Lily's coming back from meeting with Vital. Steve is in a bad position right now because a lot of his protection and what he was because he was Primogen. And now he's just a Kaitif again. But he's done the one thing nobody at this table has done. He asked Sybil for help.
On Lily's request.
On Lily's request.
Have at it. Have achievement unlocked. It's yours.
And what price will she demand later?
It will be high, I'm sure.
And who will she demand it from?
Quartermain.
I mean, technically, could be.
Probably Lily for having the balls to tell him to do that.
Perhaps. And that's where we end it. And then Quartermain is going to want to make a deal with Anton. Yeah.
That's harrowing.
With some info that Anton has, or that he wants to give Anton. And then he needs to talk with Gary. So we end right here, and I'd like to thank everyone for watching. And look, I didn't freeze up again this second half. Yay. No more me giving phallic things to my e-cig.
Because we stabilized our table so it wouldn't pull the cable.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully it's better. Of course, if you want to watch the back content, look over at the YouTube. You want to chat with us after the episode, go to the Discord. Let's see, I'm going through all the things. My brain is fried still.
Oh, we have, and if you want to see other great content creators, we have a list of friends over in chat that you can go and check out.
One of the friends is part of our announcements that we've been making is that we're proud to announce that the Black Death Chronicles is coming to McStabber Studios Tuesday night in May, DM'd by Tamshu. Or story told by Tamshu.
Yep, the Chronicles of Death.
Yep, Black Death Chronicles. It's a Chronicles of Darkness game.
Chronicles of Darkness, Black Death.
They have agreed to join McStabber Studios and to become part of the McStabber Studios family and be streaming Tuesday night. So the man you've seen do one-shots and get me murdered multiple times in one-shots now, he is going to officially be streaming with us, and he's officially part of the McStabber Studios family. I'm not in the game. We're not in the game.
Nope.
There's a chance Lily might have.
I might have a guest
Berlin
spot
might have
in
a
it
guest
on
spot
occasion.
as one of her as a character for that one once in a while. But we'll be in chat.
I did some voiceover work for their promo trailer, so yeah.
So we're just proud that they've joined our Discord, and so they're a lot of fun to hang out. They actually fit in real well with us. If you want to give us a follow, give us a follow. If you want to give us a subscribe, it helps support the channel. If you want to subscribe on YouTube, that's always good. And I hope everyone is staying safe in this time of we're all locked in our damn houses. Next week, the special guest is my actual real-life biological daughter, Samantha, who will be playing a Bruja that's come to ask a favor for the Coterie. And it's going to pertain to some of the events that have been going on, and it gives him a chance to do something not political, but just to do a favor for someone. So we'll see how that goes. And thank you all for coming, and we'll see you Wednesday for vignettes or next week, next Sunday for the main game. Good night, people.
Good night.